He said it with absolute certainty. "I am not interested in black women. They don't belong in my world." Alan Arthur, the most feared Korean mafia boss in Seoul, had built his empire on tradition, control, and inherited prejudice. He believed it. His syndicate believed it. Korean high society expected it. Then Donna Hunt walked into an elite rooftop party in a purple satin gown, and every belief he'd ever held shattered in a single glance. She didn't bow, didn't flinch under the stairs, didn't apologize for existing in a space that wasn't designed for her. And Alan, the man who'd never been shaken by bullets, betrayal, or bloodshed, felt something he hadn't felt in 20 years. Desire. Raw, undeniable, dangerous, but wanting her meant war, with his syndicate, with Korea's elite, with every tradition he'd been raised to uphold. The elders warned him, "She will destroy you." The media called her gold digger, outsider, threat. His former allies demanded, "Choose, her or your empire." Alan's answer was simple, terrifying, and absolute. "I chose her, and if anyone tries to take her from me, I'll burn this entire world to the ground." Because the woman he was taught to reject had become the only thing he couldn't live without. Before we continue, if you want to know how one woman shattered a mafia boss's prejudice and became his most dangerous obsession, and why their forbidden love ignited a war that could destroy Seoul's entire criminal underworld, smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications, because this romance will leave you breathless. Alan Arthur had never questioned his beliefs. Born into Seoul's most powerful crime family, raised by elders who taught him that power meant purity, tradition meant control, and Korean blood meant everything, he'd built an empire on those foundations. At 38, he ruled half of Seoul's underground economy with ruthless efficiency. Politicians feared his phone calls. Rival syndicates avoided his territory. Even Korea's legitimate business elite treated him with careful respect. His personal life was equally controlled. He dated appropriate women, Korean, from good families, educated but not too ambitious, beautiful but not too bold. Women who understood that being with Alan Arthur meant playing a supporting role in his predetermined life. He'd said it once to a business associate over drinks, "I'm not interested in black women. They don't fit into this world. Into my world." It wasn't said with hatred, just cold, factual certainty. The way someone might say they don't eat seafood or invest in unstable markets. Everyone nodded. Everyone agreed. Because in their world, some things were simply understood. Then came the rooftop party, an elite gathering on a spring evening, lanterns glowing against Seoul's skyline, champagne flowing, Korea's wealthiest mingling under strings of lights. Business deals disguised as small talk. Alliance formed over expensive whiskey. Alan attended out of obligation. These events bored him. The same faces, the same conversations, the same careful dance of power and pretense. He stood near the railing, half listening to a tech CEO drone about market projections, when the energy shifted. Conversations faltered, heads turned, whispers rippled through the crowd. Alan looked up and saw her. Donna Hunt moved through the party like she owned it. Purple satin gown that caught the light with every step. Natural hair styled elegantly. Confidence that didn't apologize or explain. She was stunning. But more than that, she was present in a way no one else was. While everyone performed their carefully rehearsed roles, she simply existed. Genuine and unfiltered. Alan watched her reject a waiter's champagne, laugh at something her companion said, scan the crowd with intelligent eyes that missed nothing, and he felt something crack in his chest. The tech CEO was still talking, but Alan heard none of it. Every cell in his body was focused on the woman in purple who didn't belong in this space, and somehow made everyone else look like they were the ones out of place. "Who is that?" he asked, interrupting the CEO mid-sentence. The man followed his gaze. "Oh, that's Donna Hunt, American tech entrepreneur. Her company's expanding into Asian markets. Someone's guest, I assume." His tone carried dismissal. "She's causing quite a stir." "Why?" "Well, you know," the CEO's discomfort was palpable. "She's very bold for someone so what? So different. This crowd isn't exactly known for embracing outsiders." Alan's jaw tightened. He heard what wasn't being said, saw it in the stares, the whispers, the way space opened around her like an invisible barrier. They were judging her, dismissing her, for existing while black in their elite Korean space. And something in Alan, something he didn't know was still capable of shame, revolted. "Excuse me," he said, walking away before the CEO could respond. He crossed the rooftop with singular focus, ignoring greetings, brushing past networking attempts, until he stood directly in front of Donna Hunt. Up close, she was even more striking. Dark eyes that held intelligence and humor. A smile that suggested she knew exactly what people were thinking, and found it amusing rather than painful. "Ms. Hunt?" he said. She turned, assessed him in a glance. "And you are?" "Alan Arthur." Recognition flickered. "The Alan Arthur. I've heard the name." "Should I ask, in what context?" "Let's just say you have a reputation for being influential." Diplomatic phrasing. "I'm a diplomat when it suits me." She sipped her water. "Was there something you wanted, Mr. Arthur?" Direct, no games, no performance. Alan found himself smiling, genuinely smiling, for the first time in months. "I wanted to apologize for the way you're being treated at this party. It's disgraceful." Donna's eyebrows rose. "You're apologizing for other people's racism? I'm apologizing for the culture that enables it, including my own participation in that culture." "That's surprisingly self-aware for someone in your position." "What position is that?" "Powerful, privileged, Korean." She met his eyes directly. The intersection of those three things doesn't usually produce self-reflection. Alan laughed, actually laughed. "You don't pull punches. Life's too short for subtle." They stared at each other, and Alan felt the ground shift beneath him. This woman, this beautiful, brilliant, dangerously honest woman, was everything he'd told himself he didn't want, and everything he suddenly couldn't imagine living without. Alan couldn't walk away. He knew he should, knew that every moment he spent talking to Donna was being noted, photographed, weaponized by the gossips and power brokers watching them. He didn't care. "Tell me about your company," he said. "Why?" "Because I'm interested." "In my company or in me?" "Is there a difference?" Donna smiled. "Smooth, but you didn't answer the question." "Both," Alan admitted. "I'm interested in both." For the next hour, they talked about her tech work, AI ethics, algorithm bias, making technology serve humanity instead of exploiting it, about Seoul's startup scene, about the challenges of breaking into Asian markets as a Black American woman. "People make assumptions," Donna said. "They see me and think I'm in entertainment or sports. When I explain I'm in tech, they're surprised. When I explain I founded the company, They're shocked. It's exhausting. I can imagine. Can you? You're powerful, Korean, male. When was the last time someone questioned your right to be in a room? Never. The answer was never. You're right, Alan said. I can't imagine it. But I can listen and believe you. That's more than most offer. They were interrupted by a woman's voice, sharp, cold, unmistakable. Alan, I didn't expect to see you here. Alan turned to see Jisoo approaching. Designer dress, perfect makeup, smile that didn't reach her eyes. His ex-girlfriend and the daughter of one of Seoul's most prominent families. Jisoo, who's your friend? The question was pointed, assessing. Donna Hunt, Ms. Hunt, this is Jisoo Park. Charmed, Jisoo said, tone suggesting the opposite. She looked Donna up and down with barely concealed disdain. I love your dress. So bold. The word carried poison. Donna smiled sweetly. Thank you. I love yours too. So safe. Alan bit back a laugh. Jisoo's expression hardened. Alan, could I speak with you privately? We're in the middle of a conversation. It's important. Donna touched Alan's arm lightly. It's fine. I need to find my business partner anyway. It was nice talking with you, Mr. Arthur. Alan, please. Alan. She smiled, and something in his chest tightened. Maybe I'll see you around. She walked away, and Alan watched her go with an ache he didn't understand. What are you doing? Jisoo hissed the moment Donna was out of earshot. Having a conversation. With her? Alan, people are talking. You're making a spectacle. I'm talking to an intelligent woman at a networking event. That's hardly scandalous. She's black. The words hung in the air like a slap. Alan turned slowly to face Jisoo. And, Alan, come on. You know how this looks. Your family, the syndicate, our family's arrangement. We don't have an arrangement. We broke up 2 years ago. We're taking time. Everyone knows we'll eventually... No, Jisoo, we won't. There is no eventually. Because of her? Because of one conversation with some American who doesn't understand our culture? Because I've realized something tonight. Alan's voice was cold. I've spent my entire life doing what was expected, dating who was appropriate, building what was traditional, and I'm exhausted. So you're going to throw away everything for what? A woman you just met? I'm going to stop pretending I'm satisfied with a life that makes me numb. He walked away, leaving Jisoo sputtering behind him. Alan found Donna on the far side of the rooftop, talking with an older black woman who was gesturing animatedly. I'm telling you, Dee, this party is bougie, even by our standards, the woman was saying. Half these people look like they eat gold leaf for breakfast. Donna laughed. V, you can't judge. I absolutely can and will judge. Some dude literally asked me if I was your assistant. Your assistant. Girl, you're the CEO. Veronica, meet Souls B to Souls Elite. Souls and Elite, meet microaggressions. Alan cleared his throat. Both women turned. Sorry to interrupt, he said. I wanted to give you my card, in case you needed any local connections for your business expansion. Donna took the card, eyebrow raised. Your personal number is on here. Is it? How careless of me. Veronica made a noise that might have been a laugh or a cough. Thank you, Donna said, tucking the card into her clutch. That's very thoughtful. Call me if you need anything. Anything at all. Their eyes held for a beat too long. After Alan left, Veronica turned to Donna with wide eyes. Girl, do you know who that is? Alan Arthur. Some kind of businessman. Some kind of businessman? Donna, he's the businessman, Korean mafia, runs half the underground economy in Seoul. That man is dangerous. He seemed nice. Nice, nice. Veronica grabbed Donna's shoulders. Promise me you won't call him. Donna looked at the card in her hand. Alan's number. His personal number. She should throw it away. Should listen to Veronica's wisdom. Should avoid the obvious complication. But something about the way he'd looked at her, like she was the only real thing in a room full of performances, made her want to do the exact opposite. Alan didn't sleep that night. He lay in his penthouse apartment, staring at the ceiling, mind replaying every moment of his conversation with Donna. Her confidence, her humor, her refusal to shrink. He wanted her. The realization wasn't gentle. It hit like a freight train, sudden, violent, undeniable. He'd dated beautiful women before, slept with them, even cared for some of them. But he'd never felt this consuming need to know everything about someone, to hear them laugh again, to… His phone buzzed. Unknown number. This is Donna Hunt. You gave me your card. Was that a genuine offer of business assistance, or were you flirting very inefficiently? Alan sat up, heart racing like a teenager's. Alan, both. I'm excellent at multitasking. Donna, good to know. I'm looking for office space in Gangnam. Know anyone reliable in commercial real estate? Alan, I know everyone, but that's a conversation better had over dinner. Are you free tomorrow? Donna, direct. I respect that. Alan, is that a yes? Donna, it's a maybe. Convince me. Alan, I know a restaurant that serves the best bulgogi in Seoul, run by a family that's been in business for 60 years. No photographers, no elite crowds, just honest food and honest conversation. Donna, you had me at no photographers. Alan, tomorrow, 7 p.m., I'll send a car. Donna, I'll take a cab. Send me the address. Alan, independent. Donna, always. See you tomorrow. Alan Arthur. He stared at his phone, smiling like an idiot. Director Yoon found him that way the next morning, sitting at his desk, grinning at nothing. Boss, are you all right? I have a date tonight. Yoon blinked. With who? Donna Hunt. The black woman from the party? Alan's smile vanished. Is that going to be a problem? Boss, I just meant she's American, outsider, not from our world. Good. Our world is suffocating. The elders won't approve. The elders don't control my personal life. They control everything else. And if they think you're distracted, if they think a woman, especially that woman, is affecting your judgment, then they can try to remove me. Alan's voice went cold. Let them try. Yoon backed down immediately. I'm just advising caution, boss. Noted. Now, get out. After Yoon left, Alan sat alone, recognizing the truth. Pursuing Donna would have consequences. Political, professional, personal. He didn't care. The restaurant was perfect. Small, tucked away in a neighborhood far from Seoul's glittering center. Paper lanterns, wooden tables, the smell of grilling meat and fermented vegetables. Donna arrived exactly on time, dressed casually in jeans and a silk blouse. No armor, no performance, just herself. You were right, she said, sliding into the booth across from him. This place is perfect. I don't usually bring business associates here. Is that what I am? A business associate? Would you prefer a different label? I'd prefer honesty. Alan met her eyes directly. I asked you here Because I haven't been able to stop thinking about you since the party. Because you said something real in a room full of lies. Because I want to know everything about you. Donna sat back, studying him. That's either the best line I've ever heard, or you're genuinely losing your mind. Both, probably. She laughed. Okay, let's do this. Ask me anything. What brought you to Seoul? Business expansion. My company developed an algorithm that detects bias in AI systems, hiring algorithms, loan approval systems, facial recognition. We're trying to break into Asian markets. That's incredible work. It's necessary work. Tech keeps replicating human biases. Someone has to fix it. Why you? Because I've lived those biases. Every algorithm that can't recognize black faces, every system that red flags names like mine, every neutral AI that somehow makes racist decisions, I've experienced all of it. So I'm fixing it. Alan felt something shift in his chest. You're remarkable. I'm persistent. There's a difference. Tell me about yourself. Not the CEO. You. Donna was quiet for a moment. I grew up in Baltimore. Single mom, worked 3 jobs. I got into MIT on scholarship, built my company from a dorm room. Everyone said I'd fail. Black woman in tech, no connections, no family money. But I was too stubborn to quit. Where's your family now? Mom's still in Baltimore. I fly home every few months. She worries about me, says I work too hard, don't date enough, need to give her grandchildren. Donna smiled. What about you? What's your story? Alan hesitated. My story is complicated. I have time. I run an organization. We handle security, imports, territory management. You run the Korean Mafia. I did my research. Alan's jaw tightened. And you came anyway? I wanted to see what kind of man asks for a date with full disclosure of his criminal empire. A foolish one, apparently. Or an honest one. She leaned forward. Here's what I know, Alan. You're dangerous, powerful, probably done terrible things. But last night, you apologized for other people's racism. You listened instead of performing. You saw me, actually saw me, when everyone else was trying to pretend I didn't exist. So I'm here, despite every red flag, because I'm curious what happens when someone like you meets someone like me. What happens is I fall completely, irrevocably in love with you. The words escaped before Alan could stop them. Donna's eyes widened. We've known each other for 24 hours. And I've felt more in those 24 hours than I have in 24 years. Alan, I know it's insane. I know you should run. I know my world will eat you alive. He reached across the table, stopped just short of touching her hand. But I also know that if I don't pursue this, pursue you, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Donna looked at his hand, hovering near hers. If I do this, if we do this, it's going to get ugly. Your world isn't kind to people like me, and I won't change who I am to make them comfortable. I'm not asking you to change. I'm asking you to give me a chance to prove I'm worth the fight. Are you? I don't know, but I want the chance to find out. Donna finally placed her hand in his. Okay, one chance. But Alan, if this gets dangerous, if your world threatens my safety or my business, I'm out. Understood? Understood. And if you ever make me feel like I need to shrink or hide or apologize for existing, I won't. I swear. They sat there, hands connected across the table, while around them the restaurant buzzed with normal people living normal lives. Neither of them knew that outside, someone was already taking photos. already planning how to use this against them, already preparing the war. The photos hit the internet by morning. Alan Arthur, Korean mafia boss, dating Black American woman elite society, shocked by Arthur's controversial choice. Who is Donna Hunt? Inside the mystery woman capturing Seoul's most powerful man. Alan's phone exploded with calls. His PR team panicked. Director Yoon demanded an emergency meeting, but Alan was having breakfast with Donna at her hotel, laughing at the absurdity of it all. "They're calling me a mystery woman," Donna read from her phone. "Like I'm some spy or femme fatale. I run a tech company, I wear sensible shoes. Seoul's elite can't comprehend that you might just be yourself. That says more about them than me." She set down her phone. "But seriously, is this going to be a problem for you?" "It's already a problem. The question is whether I care." "Do you?" "No." His phone rang again. Director Yoon again. Alan answered. "What?" "Boss, we have a situation. Elder Song has called an emergency syndicate meeting. Tonight. Mandatory attendance. I'm busy. Boss, please. They're not asking." Alan looked at Donna, who was watching him carefully. "Fine. 8 p.m. But this is the last time they summon me like a subordinate." He hung up. "Trouble?" Donna asked. "The old guard doesn't approve of my personal choices." "By old guard you mean the racist elders who think I'm beneath you?" "Yes." "And by personal choices you mean me?" "Yes." Donna stood. "Then maybe I should leave Seoul. I didn't come here to start a gang war." Alan caught her wrist gently. "Don't. Please. I've spent my entire life letting other people's prejudices dictate my choices. I won't do it anymore." "Alan, I'm not worth destroying your empire. You're worth more than any empire." The words hung between them, heavy with implication. "One meeting," Donna finally said. "Hear them out. If they have legitimate concerns about your leadership, consider them. But if this is just about racism," "It is. Then tell them to go to hell. Politely. Or not. Your call." Alan pulled her close, rested his forehead against hers. "How are you this calm? I've dealt with racism my entire life. You learn to pick your battles. This one? This one's yours to fight." The syndicate meeting was held in a traditional Korean house. Ancient, elegant, designed to remind everyone of their place in the hierarchy. Alan arrived to find 12 elders seated in a semicircle, faces grave. Director Yoon stood off to the side, expression neutral. Elder Song spoke first. "Alan, thank you for coming. I was summoned. There's a difference. We need to discuss your recent associations. My personal life is not syndicate business. When it affects our reputation, it becomes our business." Elder Song leaned forward. "This woman, Donna Hunt, use her name. This woman is causing disruption. The families are concerned. Our political allies are asking questions. The conservative factions view this as weakness. Weakness how? You're allowing emotion to cloud judgment, choosing personal desire over strategic alliance. I'm choosing humanity over tradition." Another elder spoke. Elder Kim, older, more conservative. "She is not appropriate for someone of your standing." "Not appropriate how?" "She's brilliant, successful, respected in her field." "She's black." The room went silent. Alan stood slowly. "Say that again." Elder Kim didn't flinch. "She's black. She's American. She doesn't understand our culture, our values, our way of life. A relationship with her damages your credibility. and embarrasses the syndicate. So your objection is racism. Our objection is maintaining standards. Standards based on race. Based on tradition. Tradition built on prejudice. Alan looked around the room. Is this what we've become? Is this what my father built? An organization so afraid of change that we hide behind tradition to justify discrimination. Your father understood the importance of Korean purity. My father was wrong. The words fell like bombs. He was wrong about purity. Wrong about tradition. Wrong about power, requiring homogeneity. And I won't continue his mistakes. Elder Song stood. Alan, we understand you have feelings. Feelings? I'm in love with her. Gasps around the room. I'm in love with Donna Hunt. Completely. Irrevocably. And I don't care what this room thinks about it. You'll destroy everything. Then I'll rebuild. Better, without racism, without prejudice, without the toxicity that's been rotting this organization from the inside. Director Yoon stepped forward. Boss, perhaps we should discuss this privately. No, they wanted this meeting. They get the truth. Alan turned back to the elders. Here are your options. Accept my relationship and modernize your thinking, or remove me. But know this, if you try to remove me, I'll fight, and I'll win, because I have something you don't. What's that? Elder Song asked. Something worth fighting for. He walked out, leaving the room in chaos. Alan drove straight to Donna's hotel. She opened the door in pajamas, clearly about to sleep. Alan, what? He kissed her, deep, desperate, full of everything he couldn't say. When they broke apart, Donna touched his face. That good or that bad? I just told the syndicate elders I'm in love with you. You what? I told them I'm in love with you, that I don't care about their racism, that I'll fight anyone who tries to separate us. Alan, that's insane. We've known each other 3 days. I know, and I don't care. Because 3 days with you has been more real than 38 years without you. Donna stared at him, tears forming. You're going to make me cry. And I don't cry. Then don't. Just tell me I'm not alone in this. Tell me you feel something too. I feel terrified. I feel like this is moving too fast. I feel like we're going to get hurt. She cupped his face. But I also feel alive for the first time in years. And I don't want to walk away from that. So you'll stay? I'll stay. But Alan, when this gets ugly, and it will get ugly, we face it together. Together. They kissed again, slower this time, savoring the moment before the storm, because they both knew the storm was coming. The backlash was immediate. Online forums exploded. Korean conservative blogs called Donna every name imaginable. His political allies distanced themselves. Jisoo gave interviews about Alan's changed behavior that were thinly veiled attacks on Donna. But Alan and Donna weathered it together. They went public. Dinners, events, deliberately visible. Alan's message was clear. This is happening. Accept it or be left behind. Then came the invitation to the Spring Charity Gala, Seoul's most elite event, attended by politicians, business leaders, and high society. We don't have to go, Alan said. Yes, we do, Donna replied. Hiding gives them power. We go. We're visible. We show them we're not ashamed. It's going to be hostile. I've survived hostile my entire life. The gala was exactly as brutal as expected. Donna wore a stunning black gown. Alan wore traditional Korean formal wear, a statement of respect for his culture while defying its prejudices. The stares started immediately. Women whispered behind fans. Men gave Alan pitying looks. Jisoo watched from across the room with barely concealed rage. But Donna held her head high, smiled warmly, refused to shrink. "You're magnificent," Alan whispered. "I'm furious, but I smile when I'm furious." Confuses racists. They were making their way to their table when Dae-hyun blocked their path. Dae-hyun was old money, heir to a textile fortune, notoriously racist and drunk on entitlement. "Alan, still slumming it, I see." He looked at Donna with open disdain. "Is this the one everyone's talking about?" "Donna Hunt, Ms. Hunt, this is Dae-hyun Lee. Ignore him." "Ignore me, Alan. I'm trying to save you from embarrassment. Everyone knows this is just a phase. You'll come to your senses eventually." "Choose your next words carefully," Alan said quietly. "Or what? You'll threaten me? Over some exotic—" Alan moved so fast, Dae-hyun didn't see it coming. One moment they were talking. The next, Alan had Dae-hyun by the throat, backed against a pillar, eyes murderous. "Listen very carefully," Alan whispered. "You will apologize to Ms. Hunt. You will never speak about her again. And if I hear you've said one disrespectful word, I will destroy you, your business, your reputation, your family legacy. Do you understand?" Dae-hyun nodded frantically. Alan released him, turned to Donna. "I apologize for his behavior." "Not your apology to make," Donna said calmly, though her hands shook slightly. They walked away while the room buzzed with shock. "You didn't have to do that," Donna said once they were alone. "Yes, I did. Alan, I can handle racism. You shouldn't have to. Not here, not with me." He stopped, turned to face her. "I love you, Donna. I'm in love with you. And I won't let anyone disrespect you. Ever." "You love me?" "Completely. Hopelessly. Stupidly." "Yes." Donna's eyes filled with tears. "We've known each other 2 weeks. I know. This is insane. I know. I love you too." The words hung in the air like a promise and a warning. They kissed while Seoul's elite watched, scandalized, because love, real love, doesn't wait for permission. Here's a question. When does love become more important than power? When does one person matter more than an entire empire? Keep watching, because Alan's about to make the most dangerous choice of his life. The incident at the gala made everything worse. Alan's assault on Dae-hyun, though technically just a threat, became the scandal. Headlines screamed about his loss of control. Business partners questioned his stability. The syndicate elders called another emergency meeting, and this time, they weren't asking. "Boss, you have to attend," Director Yoon pleaded. "They're talking about a leadership review." "Let them. They'll try to remove you, then I'll fight back." "Over a woman?" Alan's expression went cold. "Over the woman I love. Yes. Without question. Without hesitation." Yoon looked away. "I don't understand you anymore." "I didn't understand myself until I met her." The meeting was held in the same traditional house, but this time the energy was different. Hostile, determined, final. Elder Song didn't waste time with pleasantries. "Alan, we've reached a consensus. Your relationship with Ms. Hunt has become detrimental to the syndicate. We're asking you to end it." Asking or demanding? Does it matter? Yes. Because if you're demanding, I can tell you exactly where to shove that demand. Alan? No. You don't get to Alan me like we're friends having a reasonable disagreement. You're asking me to choose between the woman I love and an organization built on prejudice and fear. Elder Kim stood. We're not prejudiced. You called her inappropriate because she's black. Alan's composure shattered. Don't stand there and pretend this is about leadership or stability or any other euphemism. This is about racism. This is about your discomfort with me loving someone who doesn't fit your narrow definition of acceptable. She makes you weak. She makes me human. For the first time in my life, I feel something other than numbness and rage. She's made me question every toxic belief I inherited from this organization. If that's weakness, then I'll be weak. You're choosing her over us, Elder Song said quietly. Yes, without hesitation, without regret. Then we have no choice. Elder Song looked around the room. Per syndicate bylaws, I call for a leadership review. All in favor of removing Alan Arthur as head of operations. 7 hands rose. Opposed, 2 hands. Director Yoon and 1 younger member, Tae Min, Alan's brother. Motion passes, Elder Song announced. Alan Arthur, you are hereby removed from your position as head of the Baekdu Syndicate, effective immediately. Silence. Alan looked around the room at the men he'd worked with for 20 years. Men he'd fought beside. Men he'd enriched. Men who were now throwing him away because he dared to love someone they deemed unacceptable. You're making a mistake, he said quietly. We're protecting the organization. You're killing it, because the world is changing, and organizations that refuse to change die. You can remove me, but you can't stop what's coming. Eventually, someone else will challenge your prejudices. Eventually, you'll run out of people to go to exile. He walked to the door, stopped, turned back. For the record, I don't regret a single moment with Donna, and I never will. Because loving her taught me that power without humanity is just cruelty, and I'd rather be human than powerful. He walked out of the organization he'd served his entire adult life, and felt lighter than he had in decades. Donna was waiting at his apartment when he arrived. How bad? She asked. They removed me from leadership. She closed her eyes. Alan? I'm so sorry. Don't be. They gave me a choice. You or power. I chose you. I'd choose you every time. But your empire, I'll rebuild. Differently. Without the toxicity. Without the prejudice. He pulled her close. Or I won't. Maybe I'll do something completely different. The point is, I'm free. Free to choose. Free to love. Free to be whoever I want to be. You gave up everything for me. You are everything. They held each other while outside. Seoul hummed with gossip about Alan Arthur's fall from grace. But inside his apartment, Alan felt like he was rising for the first time in his life. Being removed from the syndicate didn't mean Alan was powerless. He still had connections, resources, legitimate businesses he'd built as fronts. And most importantly, he had Tae Min, his younger brother, who'd voted against his removal. Half the organization is unhappy with the elders' decision, Tae Min reported a week later. The younger members think it's archaic. Some of the mid-level operators want to follow you. I'm not starting a civil war. You might not have a choice. The elders are making moves, consolidating power, purging anyone suspected of loyalty to you. Alan looked at Donna, who was working on her laptop nearby. What do you think? Me? I'm not a mafia strategist. You're brilliant. You understand systems, power dynamics, organizational change. What do you think I should do? Donna closed her laptop. I think you should build something new. Not a rival syndicate that just perpetuates the cycle. Build legitimate operations that serve the community instead of exploiting it. Show them there's another way. That'll take years. Good things usually do. And you'll stay? through years of rebuilding, through uncertainty and struggle. Alan, I'm not going anywhere. Tae-min smiled. I like her. Everyone does, except racists. Fuck racists, Donna said mildly. Alan laughed, genuine, joyful laughter. See, this is why I love you. Over the next 3 months, Alan systematically dismantled his criminal operations and rebuilt them legitimately. Import-export became legal trade companies. Protection rackets became security consulting firms. Money laundering networks became investment portfolios. It was slow, difficult, sometimes frustrating. But Donna was there through all of it, offering business advice, introducing him to her tech world contacts, helping him see possibilities he'd never considered. You could invest in minority-owned startups, she suggested one evening. Use your capital to fund businesses that traditional investors ignore. That's actually brilliant. I know. I'm occasionally brilliant. More than occasionally. They'd fallen into a comfortable domesticity, working together during the day, cooking dinner together at night, falling asleep tangled in each other. It was everything Alan never knew he wanted. But the syndicate wasn't done with him. Elder Song reached out through back channels requesting a meeting. It's probably a trap, Tae-min warned. Probably, Alan agreed. So you're not going? Alan looked at Donna. What do you think? I think you need closure. But I'm coming with you. Absolutely not. Non-negotiable. You're not walking into a trap alone. Donna. We're partners. That means we face danger together. Tae-min grinned. I really like her. Everyone does, Alan repeated, except Elder Song, who might try to kill us. Then we'll die together, Donna said cheerfully. Very romantic. You're insane, says the man who quit the Mafia for me. Fair point. The meeting was set for a neutral location, a traditional tea house in Insadong. Alan, Donna, and Tae-min arrived together. Elder Song sat alone, looking older than Alan remembered. Thank you for coming, Song said. What do you want? Alan asked. To apologize. The words hung in shocked silence. You... what? Alan managed. I was wrong. We were all wrong. Song looked directly at Donna. Ms. Hunt, I apologize for the disrespect shown to you. It was inexcusable. Donna nodded slowly. Why the change of heart? Because the syndicate is failing. Since Alan left, we've lost territory, influence, and, most importantly, loyalty. The younger generation is abandoning us. They don't believe in our old ways anymore. Good, Alan said coldly. Alan, I'm asking you to come back. Not as you were, but as you want to be. Reform the syndicate. Modernize it. Make it something different. Why would I do that? Because I'm dying. The admission landed like a bomb. Lung cancer, stage 4. I have maybe 6 months. Song's expression was calm, accepting. I don't want my legacy to be driving you away. I don't want the syndicate to collapse into chaos after I'm gone. And I don't want to die knowing I let prejudice blind me to what was right. Alan was quiet for a long moment. I won't come back as I was. If I return, I'm bringing change. Real change. No more racism. No more exploitation. We become something legitimate. I know. That's what we need. And Donna stays. Always. Non-negotiably. Of course. Song looked at Donna. Ms. Hunt, will you forgive an old man's ignorance? Forgiveness isn't mine to give alone, Donna said carefully. You need to apologize to every person of color your policies harmed. You need to make systemic changes, not just personal amends. Agreed. And you need to understand, I'm not here to be a trophy or a symbol. I'm here because I love Alan. And if the syndicate can't accept that authentically, this won't work. I understand. Song stood, bowed deeply, a gesture of profound respect. Thank you for considering this. After he left, Alan turned to Donna. What do you think? I think he meant it, and I think you have a chance to build something revolutionary. It's going to be hard. Everything worthwhile is. Will you stay? Through all of it? Alan, how many times do I have to say it? I'm not going anywhere. You're stuck with me. Good, because I can't do this without you. Yes, you could, but you don't have to. They kissed, while Taemin rolled his eyes and muttered about public displays of affection. Final question. Can love really change the world, or just your world? Watch what happens when two people decide the answer doesn't matter. They're going to try anyway. Alan returned to the syndicate 6 months later, but he returned on his terms. The first change was symbolic but powerful, hiring policies that explicitly prohibited discrimination based on race, gender, or nationality. The second was practical, transitioning 60% of syndicate operations to legal enterprises within 2 years. The third was personal. Donna Hunt became an official advisor, helping develop community investment programs that funneled money into neighborhoods the syndicate had once exploited. It was revolutionary, controversial, and slowly, undeniably effective. 1 year after their first meeting, Alan and Donna sat on the same rooftop where they'd met. The same party, the same lanterns, but everything was different. Do you regret it? Donna asked. Blowing up your life for me? Every day, Alan deadpanned. She smacked his arm. I'm kidding. No, not once. Not even when it was terrible and hard and seemingly impossible. He pulled her close. You changed my life, Donna. You made me better. And I don't care what it cost. It cost you everything. And gave me everything that mattered. Smooth. Very smooth. I've had practice. He got down on one knee. Donna's eyes went wide. Alan, what? I know we've only been together a year. I know there's still work to do, challenges ahead, battles to fight. But I also know that I want to fight all of them with you. Marry me, Donna Hunt. Make me the luckiest man in Seoul. You're insane. Is that a yes? That's a hell yes. He slipped the ring on her finger. Simple, elegant, perfect. They kissed while Seoul's elite watched, some scandalized, some smiling, all of them witnessing something unprecedented, a love that refused to apologize, a love that chose change over comfort, a love that proved prejudice wasn't permanent. 2 years later, the wedding was a blend of cultures. Traditional Korean ceremonies honored Alan's heritage. Gospel music and soul food honored Donna's. Friends from both their worlds mingled, laughed, celebrated. Elder Song had died 6 months prior, but not before seeing Alan transform the syndicate into something he was proud of. Director Yoon served as best man. He'd come around eventually, admitting his prejudice and working to change. Veronica was maid of honor, still warning Donna that she'd married a reformed criminal, but conceding he was pretty great for a former mobster. As they danced their first dance, Donna whispered, "Still glad you said you weren't interested in black women? Best lie I ever told, because it meant I didn't realize what I was missing until I met you. Smooth to the end, always. They kissed while their guests cheered, two people who'd found each other against all odds and built something beautiful from the ruins of prejudice. Because sometimes love isn't about finding someone who fits your world. Sometimes it's about finding someone worth building a new world for. And Alan Arthur had found his world in Donna Hunt. So that's how one sentence, "I am not interested in black women," became the greatest lie Alan Arthur ever told himself. Because the moment Donna Hunt walked into that rooftop party, every belief he'd built his life on shattered. And instead of running from that destruction, he embraced it. Their story proves that prejudice is learned, but love is transformative. That power means nothing without humanity. That the greatest empires are built not on tradition, but on the courage to change. What would you do if loving someone meant losing everything you'd built? Would you choose love or power? Let me know in the comments. And if you loved this story about forbidden love, breaking prejudice, and building something new from the ashes of tradition, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell because I have more incredible romance stories coming your way. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the most dangerous thing you can do is choose love, but it's always worth it.